Just overworked my body, and I'll feel fine later.
Okay, cool. Give us your thoughts on your performance. How do you feel it went in there? And it was a close fight, but you came away with the judge's decision. How do you feel it went?
That was a tough fight, great fight. I'm really proud of myself and my performance. I did a little bit of everything that we've been training in this fight camp, so I'm stoked. I've been working a lot with, John Wood, Mike Pyle, my trainer Lorenzo, also Guns, Johnny, the Monkey King. So I'm really excited about all that I've been doing.
Is that possibly the best outcome you can have as a fighter, preparing for these weeks for certain things and then being able to do them in the cage? Is that, obviously everyone wants a quick finish, but if you can't get that, is the best thing to know, I trained for that and I did it?
It really is the best feeling, especially for me as a martial artist. That's my motivation to go to the gym every day, is to make these improvements and then do them in live competition.
When it went to the judge's decision, I think there's a couple of people scoring it either way online. How did you personally feel? Did you feel you'd done enough to win the fight?
I had a good feeling about it. I'm kind of a crappy judge of fights myself. I know that she got some strikes in of ground and pound, in the beginning, so I wasn't going to assume that I won the fight. You never know these days. But I had a good feeling about it.
Cool. What's next for you? I mean, we see a lot of people being very active. We see a lot of people being unable to be very active. Obviously you're based locally. Do you want to keep rolling? Do you want to just keep getting these victories up? Do you want to fight again before the end of the year?
I'm just going to keep training, keep improving. If they call me, I'll fight. It's not up to me, but I shall be ready.
Cool. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people are talking about, they fought before, they've seen each other, they'll know what to expect. But I think even you and others have said about that was so long ago that both of you have grown a lot since then. About when you go back and you think about that fight and you think about tonight, how different was it for you? And did you see some growth in areas for her? And what about yourself? What really did you think that you got to show tonight that maybe you wanted the last fight?
Funny enough, I've been trying to change little things and improve my game. And then I think in my last fight I was thinking too hard about certain things. So then when I went back and I watched our old fight, my coach was like, go back and do all that you did 5 years ago. So I tried to reset myself back to the moves that won me that last fight. And I think I kind of didn't go backwards, but I tried to go back to that style that won me that last fight while keeping my improvements.
Yeah, definitely. The striking, I think back then everybody would think that you would rush to try to get to the ground, but you looked very comfortable in there wanting to stand up and throw shots today. It feels like you've almost really encapsulated and embracing the fact that you are a striker now as well. You even had Bisping on there saying how well your striking was looking as well. So,
gee, thank you, Mr. Bisping.
But you got to feel proud about the fact that how your game has graduated now and people are considering you a striker now.
Yeah, that's really exciting for me.
Awesome.
I did want to take it to the ground, but I didn't want to rush things because she'd be ready for that. I kept slipping too with that. That was not fun.
When you did get to the ground, though, she actually put up a pretty good fight as well, controlling, and there was a nice little battle back and forth. Did you enjoy that time on the ground, that sort of battle where you get to showcase some of that skills and against an equal opponent?
I feel no emotions during the fight, like a Jedi would. No emotions in the fight. So I can't say I actually felt enjoyment out of that, but looking back, it was a scramble, and I would have liked to dominate and get the finish, but I was impressed with her performance. It's great for her.
Now, looking on the paper for the UFC, she was ranked one behind you, I believe. But do you think a performance like this still can maybe propel you forward, or do you think that you stay the same in the rankings, or does that even matter?
Propel me forward, baby. I don't get to choose these things, but I think I deserve many bumps upwards.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Back here to your far left. There you go. Michael Bisping said that after 43 fights, you were still getting it done, and he called you 46. He called you an inspiration. How do you feel at hearing that from someone like Michael Bisping, and is that something that is important to you right now?
That's really cool. I'm honored that he would say that. 46, 47, this is my 47th counting The Ultimate Fighter, which you're not supposed to count the exhibition fights, but I do. Yeah, that's so cool. I really try to evolve, and I get, fans telling me that I'm inspiration, and I'm trying to be a good example. And yeah, thank you. That's cool.
You have a lot of experience, and another one of your colleagues, Ed Herman, He started it, his first fight was in '03,
Ooh.
and as yours. And tell us about this journey from there to here. It's been what, 17 years?
Yeah, it has. I think it's just been, a roller coaster ride of, wins, losses, evolution. I probably forgot more techniques, than some of my friends have learned, just over the years. That's so cool to see, veterans or, people with so much experience like me still fighting. I always root for them. Ed, I think, fought just before me, and then Overeem has a lot of experience. It's exciting.
You mentioned you look at yourself as your mindset as a Jedi. Did you always have that in the beginning, or has this been an evolution in your career?
I forget when exactly I started thinking of myself like that, but it suits me, I think.
And during the pandemic, what have you been doing? What have you been doing during this time besides training?
Training in the park jitsu, park Thai. My friends, I dragged my mat out to the grass and people's garages, and then just tried to train. Playing piano as well, in addition to training. I learned a little bit as a kid, and I wanted to continue to study music. So I've been playing the piano. I've been writing my third book, Memoirs of a Happy Warrior 2. So maybe I'll try to finish that if I can.
What song are you learning? What song on the piano?
Oh man, I'm hardcore. I want to learn how to read the notes like my mom can. So I want to be able to look at the notes and just read them and play. So I want to do it right.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Roxanne, I meant to ask about weigh-in. You went the one-piece route. Was there any sort of inspiration or decision why you chose that particular character?
Yes, Luffy. He is so simple-minded and inspirational to me because he sees a problem and is like, we're just going to beat up this guy and the problem's going to be solved. But his friends are like, oh no, it's all this complicatedness. And it's like, no, if you beat this guy up, the problem will be solved. So I like how he just goes about his goal like as hard as he can, and he doesn't always win his fights. He sometimes loses his fights and gets carried away, bloodied, and then trains and comes back and beats the next guy. So that's inspirational too. Just his moral character. He's like, this is the right thing to do. I'm going to do this. Just because it's morally correct, and also the fact that he trains hard and gets stronger and beats up the bad guys.
That's awesome, because I know we've seen you do the Dragon Ball Z and the Goku, so every character that you choose has something, in a sense, a fighting inspiration for you?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.